Okay, so we are going to continue with the processing of tablet or the manufacture of the tablet. So how we are going to prepare the tablet. In the last class we studied regarding the various the additives used apart from the drug, and in this class we are going to study regarding how the tablets are being manufactured or how they are being prepared. So in coming to the processing or the tablet preparation, so it depends on the type of the drug you are going to use and its flow property and its compressibility. Okay, so you are going to adopt the various methods, so like the direct compression or the wet granulation or the dry granulation method for the preparation of the tablet. Okay, so it is like simple, the how the jaggery is being prepared or how you are going to prepare the jaggery toy in your home. So you are going to insert the powder in the die, and you are going to punch it or you are going to compress it with the help of the punch. Okay, so depending upon the type of the drug or the material you are going to use, you are going to adopt various techniques, so like the dry granulation or the wet granulation or the direct compression. So here you can see in the diagram, so like the down part, so this is known as the die, and the upper part, that is known as the punch, and in the middle, so you are going to place the granules or the powder in the die, and this is known as the hopper, and you are going to compress the powder and it is going to attain the shape of a tablet, then it is being ejected. So this is the normal process of the tablet, so which you are going to prepare. So depending upon the type of the drug you are going to use, you are going to adopt the various method. Okay, so the various method include the direct compression. So when coming to the direct compression, so here you are going to directly compress the powder, so you are not going to add anything, so because that powder itself is having the good compression property or due to its crystalline nature, and it is having good flow property and it is having good compressibility, means you can easily compress or you can easily punch the powder into the shape of the tablet. So like few example of the drugs, so like the potassium chloride, potassium bromide, okay, so potassium nitrate, ammonium chloride, methenamine. So these are the drugs or the powders which you can compress directly, so they do not require any of the other added ingredient, so like the diluent or the binders or the glidants or the lubricants, so because they are having good flow property, so they can easily flow without any of the so disturbance, and they can be easily compressed, and so you can prepare the tablet so without adding any of the other ingredients. So apart from that, so the powders which do not show good compressibility or good flow property, for those you can add the directly compressible vehicles. Okay, so like the diluents and the binders you can add, so which do not have the good flow property or which do not have the good compressible property. So the vehicle, so which is going to impart the essential properties of the powder for the direct compression. So here are the various additives you are going to use in the direct compression. If the drug is having poor flow property or it is having poor compressible property, so the drugs like the lactose or the starch, spray dried lactose, anhydrous lactose, dextrose, mannitol, sucrose, sorbitol. Okay, so like the disodium phosphate, dicalcium phosphate, dicalcium phosphate dihydrate, calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate. Okay, MCC, that is the microcrystalline cellulose. So these are the various binders or the additives you are going to use in the preparation of the tablet by direct compression if the drug is having poor flowability and poor compressible property. So means you can't compress it with an ease. For those drug you are going to go with the addition of the additives or the addition of the excipients. If it is not required, then directly you are going to compress the powder in the form of tablet and directly are going to prepare. Okay, so when coming to the preparation by using the direct compression method. So it simply involve the simple procedure. So just you are going to blend the drug along with the other excipients. If you are added, then you are going to go with the mixing, that is the granulation. Then you are going to mill and to the desired particle size. Then you are going to lubricate. Then you are going to compress in the form of tablet. So it is like simple method, direct compression. It doesn't require any of the other extra equipments or extra additives. So simple methods, the powder which are having the good flow property or which is having the good compressible property. So you are going to go with the direct compression method. Okay, so like or if it doesn't have, then you can add the additives. They are known as directly compressible additives, and you can prepare the tablet by using the direct compression method. So in coming to the advantages of the direct compression method, that is cost effectiveness. So means when compared to the other technique, so like the wet granulation or the dry granulations, this direct compression technique is cheap when compared to that of the other techniques. When coming to the stability, so like you can prepare the moisture and the heat sensitive drugs or the tablet by using the direct compression technique. So like if it is moisture sensitive, then the other methods are not suitable. You are going to go with the direct compression method. So it is like easy to prepare the drug which is having the poor moisture property or which are sensitive to the heat and all. So when coming to the dissolution, so it is going to show improved dissolution when compared to that of the tablet which are prepared by using the other technique, that is the dry granulation or the wet granulation. So it is going to show faster dissolution. So it is easy to break or it is easily disintegrated in your stomach. So because it is not too hard when compared to the tablet which is prepared by the wet granulation. So it is like somewhat softer when compared to that of the tablet which is prepared by the wet granulation. So it is easily disintegrated in your stomach, so it can easily dissolute it. So when coming to the next point, so less wear and tear of the punches. So when coming to the equipment part, so there is less sticking of the particles on the punches. So when coming to the wet granulation, so it will be in the wet form, so it can easily stick to the part of the machine. So when coming to the direct compression, so here the sticking up of the particles to the punches is less and wear and tear is also less. So means there will not be any of the agitation process. So hence the wear and tear is less. So when coming to the next point, it is the simplified validation. So when coming to the validation means you are going to do the check or the qualitative analysis of the equipment. So here in dry granulation the equipment are less and it is simple process. So hence it is going to take less time and it is simple to evaluate the equipment or to validate the equipment. So it is not complex process. So it is the simple process. So just you are going to take the drug and you are going to blend it with the other ingredient. Then you are going to pass to the mesh. You are going to prepare the granules. You are going to compress in the form of tablet. So simple process. So when coming to the disadvantages, so it undergo segregation. So segregation means, so like if you are going to use one or more drug, so then there are chances of the segregation. So if you are going to use the drug along with the other excipients, so then they are going to show weight variation. So means they are not going to properly mix with each other and there are chances of the weight variations or the drug content variations. So when coming to the cost, so here you are going to use the excipients, so which are costlier when compared to that of the other granulation technique. So here in direct compression you are going to use the extra grade or you are going to use the high grade excipients. So when compared to that of the other technique, so here it is going to cost more, means in case of the excipient. So in next point is the low dilution potential. So here it is having low dilution rate. So like for example, so if you are going to compress the material, so the ingredient is the compressibility is less, so when compared to that of the other technique. So it is having low dilution potential, so means the compressible force is less or the compression rate is less. So when coming to the difficulty in coating, so here if you want to coat the tablet with the film coating, or if you are going to go with the sugar coating, so then it is difficult to coat the tablet which is prepared by the direct compression. So as it can undergo shear and tear, or it is going to shed the powder, so it is difficult to coat. So in coming to the next point, that is the variation in the functionality. So here it is going to show so like the variation, so in case of its function, so like the excipients which are going to use or the additives which are going to use, so it is like it is going to show the variation depending upon the source which you are going to get. So like the excipients or the additives, if you are going to get from different vendors or different wholesalers or the different dealers, so then it is going to show variation in its functionality. So one vendor is going to show sell you one excipients, the other is going to show you different grade excipients. So there are chances of the vary in the excipients in the quality wise, so it is going to show the variation in the functionality. So when coming to the example, so here it is simple example, so that is the ascorbic acid tablet. So here we are going to use the directly compressible additives like the MCC or the stearic acid, that is the lubricant, or the silica, that is the glidant. So simply you are going to mix all the ingredient in the blender, then you are going to compress in the tablet punching by using the 1/16 inch concave punch. So that means you are going to prepare 500 mg of the that is the tablet, sorry, 300 mg of the tablet. So in coming to the weight of the tablet, so it should not be more than 10 tablets should not be more than 4.25 grams. So it is like the simple technique. So here you can see, just you are going to take the drug, you are going to grind the drug, you are going to add the other ingredient or the lubricant, then you are going to compress and your tablet is being prepared. So like this is the simple technique. So just you are going to take the drug, you are going to powder, you are going to blend it with the other ingredient, and you are going to compress and you are going to prepare the tablet. So this method is suitable for the tablet which is having good flow property, so powders which is having good flow property and which is having good compressible property, means they can easily compress and they show good flow property in the hopper. So for those type of drugs, so this method is suitable.